Dear friends, welcome to the video content on animal tissues. In this content we will learn about following topics. What is tissue? Classification of animal tissues. Those are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. And structural location of animal tissues. What is tissue? We begin with understanding about what is tissue. Animal body is made up of number of organs and each organ is composed of specific tissues. A tissue is a group of cells having a common origin and are similar in their structure, and they all carry out a specific function. Different types of tissues have a distinctive structure suited for the functions they perform. Animal tissues are different from plant tissues with respect to many aspects. In higher animals, organs are composed of varying combinations of different basic tissues. On the basis of the function they perform, animal tissues can be classified into four basic types of tissues mentioned below. 1. Epithelial, 2. Connective, 3. Muscular, and 4. Nervous tissue. Classification of animal tissues. Now we will understand in brief about the classification of animal tissues. The given schematic representation explains about various types of animal tissues and classification of animal tissues. Epithelial tissues. Now let us understand about the epithelial tissues. The cells of the epithelial tissue forms the covering or lining of the most of the internal and external organs. They are closely associated and arranged on a very thin gelatinous basement membrane forming a continuous sheet. Skin, lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, lung alveoli, kidney tubules are made up of epithelial tissues. Functions. Some of the important functions of the epithelial tissues include protection, absorption, excretion, secretion, and lubrication. Based on their shape and function, epithelial tissues are classified as below. Number 1. Squamous epithelium. These are thin, flat cells forming thin lining of blood vessels, lung alveoli, esophagus, and mouth lining. Functions. These cells help in the transportation of substances through selective permeable membrane. They facilitate the exchange of gases in lungs. Number 2. Cuboidal epithelium. They are cuboidal in shape and are found in the linings of kidney tubules and ducts of salivary glands. Functions. These cells provide mechanical support, selective absorption of useful materials, production of gametes, and secretion of saliva. Number 3. Columnar epithelium. These are pillar-like cells placed side by side. Functions. They facilitate the movement of nutrients from digested food with increased surface area and movement of ovum or zygote. Number 4. Ciliated epithelium. These are columnar cells with cilia found in the lining of the respiratory tract and the lining of the internal surfaces of stomach. Functions. It helps in pushing the mucus and air forward so as to clear respiratory tract. Number 5. Stratified squamous epithelium. The cells of squamous epithelial tissue are rearranged in many layers. Tongue, esophagus, and lining of mouth are made up of stratified squamous epithelium. Functions. The important functions of this tissue is protection and prevent wear and tear of that part of the body. Example, skin. 6. Glandular epithelium. Many cells aggregate to form gland and secrete juices helpful to the animal. Example, sweat glands, salivary glands, oil glands. Functions. Secretion of oily substances, sweat, mucus, saliva. The given diagram shows the representation of different types of epithelial tissue. Types of epithelial tissues. The given diagram shows the representation for different types of epithelial tissues. Connective tissues. Connective tissues connect different organs and it consists of matrix and cells loosely embedded in the matrix. The cells are separated by a non-living extracellular matrix. The nature of the matrix is different in accordance with the function of that connective tissue. Based on their shape and functions, they are classified as below. Number 1. Areolar tissue. It is found between skin and muscles, around blood vessels, nerves, and in the bone marrow. It has matrix in which special cells and fibers are scattered. It consists of tendons and ligaments. Functions. It fills the space inside the organs and support internal organs, helps in repair of tissue. Number 2. Adipose tissue. These are oval or round cells filled with flat droplets and found under the skin and in the bone marrow. Functions: storage of fats and acts as an insulator. Number 2. Skeletal tissue. It forms the skeleton of animal that supports the body and anchor muscles. It consists of bones and cartilage. Bones. Bone cells are embedded in hard matrix which is formed osseous impregnated with phosphates and carbonates of calcium and magnesium. It is strong and non-flexible. Cartilage. It has widely spaced cells and matrix is composed of protein and sugars. It is present in the nose, ear, trachea and larynx. The given diagram shows the representation of different types of connective tissue. Number 3. Fluid tissue. The matrix is in the liquid form. It consists of blood and lymph. Blood. It has fluid matrix called plasma in which blood cells, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets are suspended. Plasma consists of proteins and salts. Functions: blood transports gases, digested food materials and hormones. The given diagram shows the representation of different types of cells and elements present in the blood. Muscular tissue. It is a contractile tissue of the body which is made up of elongated excitable cells which are capable of contraction. It contains numerous microfilaments composed of actin and myosin. Muscular tissues are 3 types as mentioned below. Number 1. Striated muscle. These associated with the body's voluntary movements and attached to bones by tendons. Skeletal muscle is striated muscle. Number 2. Unstriated muscle. They are known as smooth muscle and contraction is involuntary. It is found in the bladder, arteries and digestive tract. Number 3. Cardiac muscle. Involuntary muscle found in the heart. The given diagram shows the representation of different types of muscular tissues. Nervous tissue. It consists of cells called neurons and nerve cells and they possess ability to respond to stimuli. Many nerve fibers bound together by connective tissue make up a nerve. These are found in brain, spinal cord and nerves. The important function of these cells is to produce and conduct nervous impulses. The given diagram shows the representation of different elements of a typical neuron. Test yourself. These are a few questions for you. Please revise the concept by solving them on your own. Thank you. This content was developed under Akash School project. This project is funded by NME, ICT and MHRD Government of India. If you wish to contact us, please mail us at the given email ID. Thank you for watching this content.